got a head start.
All right, let's go! Holy power, come to me! First aid! Dragon Holy power, come to me! First aid! Holy power, come to me! First aid! Holy power, come to me! Holy power, come to me! First aid!
Let's go.
The hole in this mountain is like the hole in my heart. How my chest aches.
Getting all sentimental on us, old man?
Nah, it's just memories of the war. I'd appreciate it if we didn't spend too much time here.
Stop being such a coward.
Oh, that hurts, Rita.
The only way to get past a bad memory is to embrace it.
Sounds like you're speaking from experience.
Not really. I was just generalizing. Anyway, you want to hurry, right? Then let's go.
Our little genius mage is more mature than she looks.
We got a head start.
It doesn't seem fair. Holy power, come to me! First aid! Holy power, come to me! First aid! This is the end for you! This? Nah, this isn't scary.
We got a head start.
It doesn't seem fair. Oh, brilliant angels, grant us your favor. My magic hungers for its prey. We have certainly grown stronger. Opening now. All right, let's go. Lightning wave. Wonderful. Holy power, come to me. All right. That was awesome. I won't lose! My magic hungers for your prey! Come to me! First aid! My magic hungers for its prey!
Alright, who's next?
My magic hungers for its prey!
Asher!
My magic hungers for its prey! Holy power, come to me! First aid! This? Nah, this isn't scary.
Your legs are shaking.
You're kidding. Holy power, come to me! First aid!
Asher! Asher Roach! Asher Ridge! Asher Ridge!
The sign of victory!
I'm not done yet.
I won't lose!
Asher Ridge! Asher Alright! Asher Ridge!
Brilliant angel, grant us your favor!
Asher Ridge! I'm just getting started.
I just keep getting...
So, you are aware that
Yeah, we heard from the old man here.
the Great War was sparked by a type of Blastia.
What?
This was not a Blastia that had been excavated. It had been constructed in the city of Temza, the Hermes Blastia.
Hermes Blastia? I've never heard of it. And if you say it was newly...
I didn't think you could make a new...
The Hermes models were even more effective at converting air into energy. They were intended to...
But something went wrong.
The Blastia using these Hermes-type formulas required massive quantities of air. The Airkrina began producing abnormal amounts of...
That would mean the end. Not just of humanity, but...
Just like we saw at Cave Mach and the Wiesent of Kados. Wouldn't like to...
The Entelecheia realized the dangers of the Hermes Blastia before, and they moved to destroy...
Which created a conflict that grew until...
So then the Entelecheia fought against the humans.
But why didn't they tell the humans how dangerous...
Neither side probably cared much if the other brought its... There's never been any love lost between humans and Entelecheia.
Or maybe there was another reason. But what does any of this have to do with you, Jude?
Temza fell to the flames of war, and the technology of the Hermes Blast...
Wait, you mean there are still Hermes models in operation?
Yes, at Rago's mansion, Amit Hill, Gosferost, not to mention...
The Ceres Blastia on the Fiertia.
That new Ceres Blastia must have been a Hermes.
So then you've been destroying the Blastia in place of... You could have mentioned that. Why didn't you say something? Were you gonna save the world all on your own? Are you stupid?
What was that?
Baul!
It looks like we found our mark.
You will not pass. You're a person, aren't you? How can you defend a monster?
Didn't you get the news? I said nobody lays a hand on what...
We won't allow that. Not even... We were having a conversation over here. Butt out!
I can't believe these guys. Such...
I don't usually like to get my clothes dirty.
Everyone, have the hunting blades added people to their list of targets?
Nobody who associates with monsters can rightly call...
Carol, have you forgotten the credo at the hunting...
Monsters are evil, and the hunting blades pursue that evil. But the Antilochaea aren't evil. They were fighting to save the world.
Don't let them fool you with that credo nonsense. They're on a job. They're...
You see, if you have no intent...
You leave us no choice.
All monsters should be killed!
That's the rule of the hunting blades.
He's not a monster! He's Judas!
I don't care what you think of monsters. I will protect Baul, even if it costs me my life.
It's pretty stupid to think anything out of the ordinary is automatically evil.
Aiding monsters is punishable by death!
But Baul's different! He wouldn't just go around hurting people for no reason!
What are you talking about? Of course he would.
You're worse than monsters. They just got instinct. You got brains. So what's your excuse?
Shut up! We hunting blades will not back down!
So I guess we just gotta fight this out.
Don't blame me for what happens. Sharpen that razor.
Brilliant angels grant us your favor.
Nurse!
Pretty good! I'll blow you away!
It's too late.
No!
Bring them back from the abyss of death.
You okay?
Resurrection! Raptor assault!
Sorry.
Oh, brilliant angel.
I screwed up.
Sharpen thy rage and
Bring them back from the abyss of death. Resurrection!
I will avenge you. I can't keep doing this.
Destructo Paint!
Oh, brilliant angels, grant us your favor.
Sharpen thy rage and run them through!
Nurse! Stalagmite!
Azure! Azure Edge! Azure!
Nice hand smash!
Azure Edge!
Nice hand smash!
Azure! Azure Edge! Azure Edge! Azure! Azure!
Holy power, come to me!
Azure!
First aid!
I don't want to lose.
Oh,
Guess I overdid it a little.
You don't show mercy to your enemies.
I will protect Baul.
I did it!
Nan.
What's happening?
Baul is trying to evolve.
It looks like he's suffering.
Baul.
You can do it!
No! I want to heal your wounds, but there's not. My power is poisoned.
Healing wounds isn't your
What do you mean? Don't you remember Bellius's...
Power corrupts.
But you are different. Never lose that kindness. The compassion.
My compassion for others. Your thoughts are reaching Baul. I'm sure of it.
All we can do now is hope for the best. Well now.
Amazing.
I knew you could do it.
Your partner seems like he's...
Yes, thank you all for this is something I could...
You're one of us. Of course we'd help.
That's right.
Didn't I tell you? You... you make it through to Pharaoh is... Will you be going to meet...
That's up to a
I'll go. It's been... Are you sure? What if you... Even still, I've...
It won't be too long before the hunting blades send reinforcements. How about a change in...
There's only one path down from...
The skies are wide open.
Have you lost your mind?
Get on. We'll fly as we can finish talking once we arrive.
Judy!
She's sleeping. She must...
Yeah, I mean, she just killed her. Wasn't expecting that.
I bet she watched over Baul the entire time he was evolving. She probably had no idea when the hunting blade...
She was putting up a brave front.
She's just dumb. She doesn't know how to express what she's feeling.
And I'm really glad.
We can finish talking with her tomorrow. In fact, I wouldn't mind... We still haven't heard Judy's side, so we can't say anything, but She sure caused the guild a major headache, breaking Blastias all on her own. There's no getting around that fact, no matter what her reasons. We have to settle this. Man, I hate waiting.
Oh,
Sorry to interrupt while you...
ever since I took Belius's life, I've wanted to know what it means to be the child. I've always thought that it was but after what happened...
That's how everyone is. They do something, they learn. They do something else.
You too, Yuri?
Yeah.
Maybe if I had known everything ahead of time, I wouldn't have made any
There's only one...
What's that?
Maybe you wouldn't have made any mistakes, but it...
I really wonder.
So does an old man past his...
What are you whining about, old man? Why are you past your prime?
What Blastia created with techniques that should have been lost in the war are still... Do you know what this means?
I guess someone who survived the war brought either
If that person was still using the blast, someone like that would have to be quite the villain.
Old man, don't tell me you...
Hey now, yours truly was nothing but an I wouldn't do something like that, even on my worst.
I was just trying...
Son of a... When are you gonna learn some...
Don't fall overboard.
Oh, I'll be careful. Yuri, the world...
Yeah, even though we're flying this...
If the world's this big, I guess it might not make that much of a difference whether I get...
Are you saying you'd be okay with not...
I'm saying that I'm not the only one who feels restless and angry. Everyone's worried about something.
You think so?
Isn't that why everyone's here? Isn't that why Judy came back?
And is that...
I don't want to be alone.
You know, you're being pretty...
I'm always on.
Really? Well... Are you thinking about Judy?
Yeah.
It's true that she broke the guild's laws and
I always thought that a guild's strict adherence to its own laws, that there could be no exceptions, no lenience for the... But...
She did what she did to save the world. Judy is destroying Blastia because she knows it's the right thing to do.
Yep. Judith didn't break our laws in order to do something. I know this, and I'm gonna talk with her about it and give it some more thought.
Oh yeah?
Maybe if I become a little more decisive, Nan will...
Is that the Blastia that Judy destroyed?
Yes, it's definitely cut with a different formula than a usual core. It looks like what she said.
She said she wasn't too good at
To discover that the new technique you created was bad for the world, after what must have been years of research. I can't imagine how the person who created the Hermes tech...
Well, what if it had been...
If I found out that it hurt the Earth, But I wouldn't destroy the Blastia like that.
What the?
Nothing. If only things weren't so... I could have just blasted her into oblivion.
Morning, Yuri.
Morning.
It's a beautiful morning, even as we stand here, and our world may already be...
That's right.
Judy!
Well, look who's...
In the past, These slight fluctuations of the air have not negatively affected. There have always been beings who maintain the balance by sensing changes in the air. Beings like Pharaoh and Baul.
So the Entelekea were responsible.
For ages, the Entelekea have regulated, but the recent increase has been greater than they could control.
Which is being caused by the Hermes Blastia.
And which is also why you were going around taking down his...
Yes, that was the path I walk with Baul, to whom I owe my life.
The path you walk.
Now some would even hunt the Entelekea for Apatheia. This has made the mission of the Entelekea even more difficult.
Why is everybody so crazy about these Apatheia?
I'm afraid I don't have an answer. The air an Entelekea absorbs becomes condensed within its body over time. When its life is at an end, that condensed air forms a crystal. That's all I know. I imagine Pharaoh could shed more light on the subject, though.
So Apatheia are crystals of concentrated air. If that's true and the energy could be extracted from the Apatheia, it would be a source of overwhelming power, I'm sure.
Could we really do that?
But if that's possible, there must be tons of...
I bet somebody wants to use these things.
Why didn't you just tell us all this from the beginning?
Seriously, we could have avoided all this trouble if you just talked to it. Am I wrong?
Even if you had known, there are things not even you could have prevented.
What do you mean?
I showed up at Heliord because Baul had sensed a disturbance in the... Where there was a disturbance, there was sure to be a Hermes... But what I found there was not a Blastia. It was a person. That had...
So it wasn't like you were looking for Estelle in particular back at Hell.
Yet for some reason, Baul perceived Estelle as a disturbance in the air. I had to find out why. For the sake of the path It was at that time that Pharaoh first appeared. He seemed to have some idea who Estelle was. My mission was to destroy all the Hermes Blastia. However, Estelle was obviously not a Blastia. I made a deal with Pharaoh, and he agreed to grant me...
You mean...
If it became apparent that her existence posed too great a threat, then I would kill her.
You what?
Wait! Rita!
Settle down. Obviously Judith reached a different...
All right, I get it.
Belius said you possess a heart of compassion. If you can communicate that to Pharaoh somehow, you may learn what you should do.
Hey, there's no real reason for you to fight Pharaoh anymore. I mean, we know the Hermes Blastia are what's caused... If we just make sure the Apatheia don't fall into the wrong hands...
I still want to meet Pharaoh. I want to hear what he has to tell.
But...
Please try to understand. I have to know more about myself, and take responsibility.
All right.
Sorry, Yuri. I don't think we can decide what to do about Judith.
I promise not to leave again until things have been settled, as you said. I need to accept that responsibility myself.
Let's go and find... We'll finally be getting around to one of the first things. We can work out the rest once this is finished.
There is a rocky crag in the center of the sands of Kogor. That is where Pharaoh lives. Baul can take us there.
Okay, let's go. This...
I can communicate with Baul, but there are still a few things you should know.
Like what?
Baul can only land on the ground in wide, open spaces. So you won't be able to dismount on steep mountain ranges or...
Can't he land on water?
Water's no good either.
Really? He looks like he'd be a...
Yeah.
Huh. Who knew?
But that's why we have a ship, right?
Right. If you'd like to get down onto the... Baul will set our ship down there for us.
Okay, but what should we do when we want to fly?
Use Baul's horn to call him to...
Bowels?
Every Entelekea has a special region in it that can be used for communication with a special power Critian.
Huh. So we can get a hold...
Right.
Judith, you're familiar with Pharaoh, aren't you?
Is he really as scary as he seems?
Well, let's see. Sometimes he's logical, sometimes he's emotional. He can be really scary or really kind.
Alright, that didn't help very much.
One thing's certain, his power is extraordinary, even among the Intellikeia.
Here's hoping we don't wind up looking like poor old Mount Temza the moment we meet him.
If he can do that to a mountain, there wouldn't be anything left if he turned on us.
I wish you wouldn't joke about scary things like that.
Why should we get scared before we even get there? Especially if he's that strong.
Wish I could take it as lightly as you and Yuri.
I never imagined you'd be able to speak with the Intellikeia.
Well, I use a Critian technique to do it. Wait, do I detect a little jealousy?
Maybe. Right, Rapide?
Yuri, you want to talk to Rapide?
I think the two of you understand each other well enough already.
I got him pretty well figured out, but I don't know if he understands me.
I think he feels the same way.
So this is where Pharaoh is?
Should be. I wasn't able to see him when we...
I hope nothing bad will happen.
I can't make any guarantees.
That just means we need to do our best so nothing bad.
Carol, are you okay?
No, I'm not okay.
Pharaoh sure did pick a bleak place to live in.
They say this area used to be covered in lush greenery.
Why did it turn into this?
Estelle, are you... Even though you could be killed?
Yes, I've...
Rita, you've been acting a little... Do you have a problem with meeting...
I just think it'll be hard on her to... But it's too late. We've come this far.
Well, he doesn't seem to be here.
Pharaoh?
Insipid poison. You appear before me at last.
So you are here. Is that how you greet all your guests, Pharaoh? By calling them names?
For what reason have you... Surely you are aware that I could end your existence with a mere thought.
You talk pretty big, don't you? Well, if you really want to fight...
Yuri, no! Everyone...
Estelle!
Pharaoh, please hear what I have to say.
Does death hold no fear for you, little one? For you gaze now into the mouth of death itself.
I am afraid, but I'm even more afraid of dying with... Belius told me I needed to meet you to learn about my death. I have to know just... I understand that I am a threat to the Entelecheia, but you said that I am a What is this power I have? If it is true that my existence cannot be taught, then it's okay if I... But I at least deserve to know why. Please tell me. I bet...
There was a time when this was a verdant land, sheltered by the blessing of an air crene.
So there was an air crene here.
But what happened?
What you see are the results of too much air and its aftermath. As to why the air ran rampant, the answer lies with the poison brought by the Child of the Full Moon.
Huh?
The power of the Child of the Full Moon stimulates the air crene more than any Blastia.
Huh?
Blastia convert air into energy by way of a formula. So if Estelle can use her healing arts without the aid of any Blastia, she must possess a formula in her very being that lets her convert. Judith was searching for Blastia that used a particular kind of formula. So, this special formula Estelle has must also consume massive amounts of air, which causes the air crene to become more active and pump out more air than they should. I had hoped my hypothesis would have...
Then,
It is as she has said. With each use of her power, the Child of the Full Moon uses far more air than the Blastia. In so doing, the imbalance of air in this... For the planet, such an existence can only be called a poison.
So you just wipe it out then? Little quick to judge, aren't you?
This problem concerns the entire planet, and she is its cause.
If the problem's with Estelle, then it's for us to solve.
That's right. We can't let anyone else handle it.
The gravity of this situation is beyond your grasp.
You don't honestly think that everything's gonna be all sunshine and rainbows if Estelle died?
It would at least eliminate one problem.
Pharaoh, at Heliord I stopped myself. And again at Dawngrest I stopped you. What I thought was a Blastia turned out to be a human. Before I realized it, I had lost my way. I never thought this child could be as great a danger as you had said.
And due to your confusion, I granted you the time necessary to... As a result, my sister Belius is now lost to me. Enough. This power will bring only ruin.
Not sure I understand all this, but if her power's the problem, why can't she just...
There can be no guarantee she will not try to use the power.
That's true. She does have trouble turning a blind eye to things happening around her. Someday she will surely use her power to help someone. However, as long as she keeps that spirit of compassion, she cannot only be seen as harmful. She is not like a Blastia. I know that you can feel the difference.
Compassion alone will not save this world.
Listen, Pharaoh, I get that you've thought all this through with everybody's best interest in mind, but why doesn't that world have a place for us?
It is sometimes necessary to remove a part to save the whole.
I don't buy that for us. What makes you so high and mighty that you're the one to decide who gets cut and...
We have endured the anxiety of existence for far greater a span than you can conceive. Such words mean nothing from those who call this world home for but a fleeting moment.
Pharaoh, please, listen. The important thing is finding a way to stop the excessive air, correct? We still have time left to
Judith!
And if the effect... I will kill her as promised. You should have no complaint with...
Hey, Judith, are you serious?
I'm sure brave Vesperia will come up with something before that happens.
What?
Score one for Judith, so that settles it. If we humans are to blame for Estelle's problem and bringing on the apocalypse, then it's up to us to make things right. If we give it all we've got and still blow it, you can slow roast it.
You have changed. If you were still as before.
Have I? That is nice to hear.
Very well. Be ever mindful, though, that time...
Wait! If the formulas are causing the excessive, then there must have been times when this happened in the past. I mean, the Blastia were a product of...
There exist those who have inherited the sins of the past, if any yet can speak of what occurred.
He's gone.
Bye-bye.
Thanks for everything, Yuri. Judith.
No problem. But hey...
What?
It's okay if I have to die? What the hell was that?
I'm sorry.
I don't want to hear that again.
I'm sorry.
Man, I was really worried there for a while.
We were pretty lucky that bruiser was in a mood for... Poor Raven's heart can't handle that sort...
You're pretty gutless for an old man.
Jeez, Patty, you've really got nerve...
If he really wanted to kill Estelle, he'd have attacked us immediately, and that's what I can't figure out.
I imagine Pharaoh was conflicted. He hid himself from us in the desert to see just what we were made of.
Huh. Maybe he wasn't as bad.
You might be right. I get the feeling he'd do whatever's necessary when push comes to shove.
That sounds like you.
Maybe.
But what are we gonna do, Yuri?
We're going to fix the problems the air's causing.
That's easier said than done. We're pretty much at square one, you know.
Mm-hmm. There's no doubt that the formulas are related somehow to the air getting used up. We need to find out about the ancient... If we had that kind of...
Ask those who have inherited the... Or at least that's...
The Critia were the ones to invent the Blastia. In other words, we need to ask a Critian who is still familiar with...
Yeah, the Critia are often credited as the inventors of the Blastia.
There isn't much left of the Critian city of Timza, though.
It'd be a lot easier if there were more
The hidden city of Miorzo. It is far older than Timza, and the first Blastia also...
Really? Well, you wouldn't happen to know where this mule...
I've heard that name somewhere. There was a Critian in Ospio. I'm sure they meant...
Do you think that person...
Well, there's no harm in checking it out.
Judith, are you coming with?
I should. We still have the issue of the guild.
So, to...
All that stuff about the balance of the world is pretty hard to take in.
Yeah. I hadn't even been outside the capital until just a while ago myself. And now we're here talking about the fate of the world. You never know what life will bring you.
But isn't that what makes it interesting?
I don't think we can afford to be that relaxed anymore. Estelle doesn't have much time left.
What's the harm? It's not as if acting all serious is gonna solve anything.
Besides, Estelle will notice if we look all worried.
Well, maybe so, but...
We won't forget what Pharaoh said. Relax.
I know, it's just...
Estelle's got it the worst. If we get too down about this, we won't be much help to her.
Piece of cake!
Don't get careless.
New Moon Blade! Oh, power up! Luna Bang!
Not too shabby, huh?
It's been another long day. Let's see.
I second that.
Well, I suppose we can all...
Wait, there's something I want to take care of.
You mean me?
Carol,
This is a guild thing. Best for...
I've thought about it a lot. What we should do, and I realized we have to figure out a few things if we're going to keep this guild.
It sounds like you've decided what we should do.
Well, we said it before. Those who break the laws suffer strict punishment. They say that's the source of a guild's pride.
Yes.
So what I'm thinking is we all have to receive punishment.
What do you mean?
I didn't know that Judith was fighting for our planet all on her own. But even though I
I didn't know, I still failed to help a fellow, so I gotta accept my Yuri?
Me?
Maybe you were trying to follow your own path, but you still kept there's no way that can be for—
Well...
So you gotta be punished too.
Now he's stretching it.
The laws are important. What if someone does the right thing, but still breaks the law? To be honest. So that's why we should all just accept our punishment and start over from What do you think?
I can't promise I won't have my...
Well, if that's the way it is, if you can't trust us, then there's no— That would be my fault.
And what if I destroy a Blastia that our guild was planning on? That would be breaking the law that says I should act in the interest of the guild.
But you'd also be acting for the sake of the world. Guilds aren't there just so people can obey their laws.
Doesn't that sort of make your laws meaningless?
I've not, but you've got me interested.
There's no need to be such a stickler for the rule.
Carol, I thought plenty about myself and what but I might not have considered how my actions... This is a way of settling things.
I just wanted to keep traveling with all of... I just wanted each of our own paths to be the same as...
Sounds... You heard the man, Judy. I guess...
You really are some of the oddest people I've ever met. I suppose I can manage to put...
All right then, one more time.
They're just making it up as they go, aren't they?
The Don ran his guild.
There's something beautiful about this.
Brave Vesperia, sure.
Do you want to join too, Pat?
Can't right now.
Oh yeah.
So, what about the punishment?
Oh yeah, I almost...
Looks like you guys are on Critian researcher detail. We'll be relaxing at my place.
Hey, why do you get to
Excuse me?
No.
No.
Carol, were you thinking by yourself this whole time about what to do with Judy?
Yeah, it was pretty much all I thought about after we left Nordopolica. That, and about what you did to Rago and Kumor.
Really? It's nice to hear you thought about me that much, even when I wasn't around.
Yeah, I wasn't sure at first. What was right, what was wrong. I think I have the Dawn to thank for setting me straight. Without the Dawn's last words, I never would have found answers to the questions I had.
You gotta stand on your own 2 feet.
Yeah, I was thinking about what that meant. And before I knew it, I wasn't thinking about what was right. I was thinking about what I want to do.
And that helped you decide what to do with the guild.
Yeah, so here's to fresh starts.
Yeah.
To fresh starts.
You're searching for me, or that's the name of the city that they talk about in the Critian location. And even if I knew, I don't think it will be. You're searching for. That's the name of the city location. And even if I knew.
That wasn't bad, Carol.
I have to say, I really didn't expect to hear that again. Come to think of it, Judy doesn't ask about that at all.
Oh, should I?
Would it be a problem? Well, even if you don't ask, the answer is still clear to you.
I'm not sure about that. Even so, you're still you and I'm still me. If our paths are the same, I'll travel with you. If I didn't think they were, I wouldn't be here.
So everything is clear to you, see?
I'm pretty sure what I'm thinking is clear to you as well.
Is it something like people who choose the same path think alike?
You're searching for Miorzo? That's the name of the city that they talk about in the Cridian legend. Location. And even if I knew, I don't think it will... You're searching for Miorzo? That's the name of this location, and even if...
Good day.
Good day, my sister.
Judith.
I'm Tord.
You wouldn't have... I need to know where
Even if you reach the...
Is not a Cridian's interest in her own ancestral...
That is an acceptable reason, but
I've heard your name before. You help guide those Cridians remain... Will you not tell me because these...
Our ancient law states that we cannot show anyone...
Shouldn't it be a matter of whether they can be... At the very least, the...
I shall ask once more. Why do you seek me, or...
The world is headed towards some bad things. We want to go to know what happened in the past and how we want to help everyone.
Very well. I do not know if you'll find the answers to your question. First of all, you'll need a special bell to open...
A bell?
Indeed. It is hidden in one of the southern caverns on the continent of Hippionia.
But isn't Hippionia really big?
The cavern is on a shore where red flowers bloom. If you use that as your guide, I'm sure you should... Also, the door in the back of that
What do you mean?
Don't worry. I'll see that we're allowed to enter.
And? What are we supposed to do with that?
Relax. You humans, once you have the bell, you must travel to Egathor Forest.
The Egathor Forest?
Yes. The sacred land of the Cridians is... So that's where the door to Miorzo is.
If you use the bell there is, however...
A problem?
Yes. Egathor Forest is being... In addition to their overwhelming numbers, I cannot fathom their motives. But this is certainly a matter of great concern.
So if we go to Miorzo, we have to do...
Exactly. We need you to restore peace to our sacred...
Gotcha. So we get that bell, beat them, ring the bell, and the door open.
Indeed.
I understand.
May the road...
And you as well. Let's go back to wherever...
Yeah.
Did you find out anything?
We've got a lead in a...
I'm pretty sure it's on the west side of Hippie.
So, Miorzo's in that...
No.
Huh? A door?
There's a door there that leads...
We were told the bell that opens the door is hidden in a cavern on...
It'd be fastest to just go...
First, let me rest.
Perhaps we should get some...
But...
We don't really have a...
All right, then I'm gonna walk around town and search for clues about the treasure.
Hey, hold it. You should really...
Anyway, once we've gotten some rest, let's go...
So, Patty, did you find any clues about the Maristella?
There were a lot of books.
Well, duh. This city...
Oh well, looks like I'm just gonna...
Did you just say I...
Huh?
Hey, you. You that girl they've been saying is I... So, you neither admit nor deny it. Interesting. So you're the grandchild of that bastard who disgraced the guilds. Why don't you say something? Can't even defend your own... Oh yeah, I guess that's something no one could ever defend, huh? Considering all that...
How can you say such horrible things?
How? Well, because it's... Hey, wait! You guys must be Siren's Fang's newest guild...
We're
Brave Vesperia? What a funny name.
Well, it's...
Why? You gonna give us some good jobs if we tell you?
I don't have any jobs to give shady thugs involved with Brave Vesperia, huh? It's good-for-nothing trash like you who've been...
You're the good-for-nothing trash who's been tarnishing the name of the city.
You're...
Looks like there's a lot more vulgar pieces of trash than the last. Geez, it'll be a real nuisance if anyone thinks I'm associated with you. Let's get out of here.
Wait!
Oh? Was there something else?
No!
But what are we gonna do? I'm pretty sure that guy's gonna spread rumors.
I don't care. If that's the kind of thing that could destroy our guild, we would...
Yeah, we should just let people...
Wasn't our destination ashore in Hippionia where red flowers...
Ah, yeah.
Then let's get going.